In the small, sleepy town of West Alex, an old legend had long been forgotten, the tale of the midnight carnival. Once a year, on the night of a blood moon, a mysterious carnival would appear in the abandoned fairgrounds just outside of town. Its attractions were said to be mesmerizing yet deadly, each ride a trap, each game a twisted nightmare. On one such blood moon night, a group of friends, Rob, Montana, Dale, and Jessica, decided to explore the old fairgrounds, intrigued by the stories they had heard as children. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they ventured into the eerie night. The fairgrounds were cloaked in a thick fog, the air heavy with an unsettling silence. As they approached the rusted gates, they swung open with an eerie creak, as if inviting them in. The friends exchanged nervous glances but pressed on, curiosity outweighing their fear. Inside, the carnival was alive with grotesque sights and sounds. Mechanical clowns with sinister grins moved jerkily, their eyes following the group. The smell of cotton candy mixed with something metallic and foul. They wandered through the eerie silence, the sense of dread growing with each step. Rob spotted a ticket booth, where a decrepit figure with hollow eyes handed them tickets without a word. The friends shrugged and took them, unaware that these tickets were not for rides, but for their own demise. Their first stop was the House of Mirrors. As they entered, the mirrors reflected not only their images, but their deepest fears. Rob saw himself covered in blood, his eyes wide with terror. He screamed, and the mirrors shattered, sending shards flying. When the dust settled, Rob was gone, his blood smeared on the floor. The others searched frantically, but there was no sign of him. Panic set in, but they pressed on, hoping to find an exit. Next, they came across the Ferris wheel, its seats swaying ominously in the wind. Montana and Dale decided to take a ride, hoping to get a better view of the grounds. As the wheel turned, it began to spin faster and faster. Montana screamed as her seat broke loose, sending her plummeting to her death, her body disappearing into the dark abyss below. Dale jumped off, barely surviving the fall. Limping, he and Jessica ran towards the funhouse, its neon lights flickering. Inside, they found themselves in a maze of horrors. Distorted mannequins reached out with skeletal hands, their eyes empty voids. Jessica felt something cold grip her ankle. She looked down to see a severed hand crawling up her leg. She kicked it away, but it latched on, dragging her down into a hidden trapdoor. Dale could only watch in horror as she was pulled into the darkness, her screams echoing through the funhouse. Desperate and alone, Dale stumbled upon a tent marked Fortune Teller. Inside, an old woman with milky eyes sat at a table. She beckoned him closer, her voice a raspy whisper. "You seek answers, but all you will find is death," she hissed, revealing a deck of cards. She flipped one over, showing the card of death. At that moment, the walls of the tent closed in, crushing Dale in a grotesque embrace. Back at the entrance, Rob, Montana, Dale, and Jessica stood, unaware of the horrors they had just endured. The carnival reset, erasing their memories and trapping them in an endless loop of terror. The next morning, the townspeople found the fairgrounds empty, as they always did. But if you listened closely, you could hear the faint sounds of screams carried on the wind, a chilling reminder of the midnight carnival and the souls it claimed each year.